as a, as no, can't take it to heart is what I mean.
Yeah, no, for
And I really contemplated on telling you about it because I'm like, this is so stupid. I know that nothing happened, but like I feel like, you need to know where she's at and where she stands.
I
So
appreciate that. Yeah.
I think right now she told me she doesn't want to buy a house anymore. And she was like, I can't afford anything that I want in that price range of 300,000. She still has not been approved, and I'm like,
Nope.
as I would not be doing my job if I didn't tell you, like, you
Yeah.
have to be pre-approved. That's the first step. Otherwise, we're just looking and hoping and wishing on nothing,
Mhm.
really,
Yeah.
because where are you gonna get this money from? Your butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, so I'm like, you do realize the exact same thing that happened with University Drive is going to happen if we find something else and you're not pre-approved. And I'm
Yeah.
like, the realtor who is referring her needs to
Mhm.
be able to set these standards up front already. Like, you have to be pre-approved, or else you're
Yeah.
just wasting people's time and your time.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And I, it's interesting because she could get pre-approved for that 300. She's just also got to be willing to pay the 20% down. Like
yeah,
that's really all it is. And yeah, she needs to pay off a couple of things, and we talked about that. Um, so I
she
mean,
just, I don't know, she's made it up, but I have to still, do my job. I can't say, well, I guess it's really a choice, really. Like, I can say, look, I'm not going to do business with you, or I could just hang on and see. But first of all, I mean, she's not somebody that I'm worried about because she's not pre-approved. I can't put all my time into her if she's not willing to do the actual processes. Like, are you
yeah.
really trying to buy a house? Because if you would be, you would be pre-approved right now.
Yeah,
That's your first
absolutely.
step, is talking to a mortgage lender.
Yep. Yeah,
And
no. And I will be upfront with people. I try to be as upfront as possible. Like, hey, I'm willing to do as much work as I can. You also have to be willing to do some work on your end. And then if I'm not the best fit, that is a-okay. We have other options.
don't
But I'm
mention
gonna
it
be
though.
don't mention them though, so
No, I said don't make up though.
oh yeah, no, yeah, don't do that. I'm
Yeah,
like I'm trying to be as open and honest with people as possible. So I just like it's gonna be water off my back. Like I'm
yeah,
gonna
don't worry about it.
that. So
And the reality is, like, whatever. Basically, okay, I can't. I gotta watch what I say. But
yeah,
the
you're good.
reality, the reality is, like, she's not somebody you should be worried about. And it's kind of
Yeah.
same over here because she's not willing to do what she needs to do to buy a house. So I mean, I'm willing to help her. I set her up on the thing, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be putting so much time into it because I have other people who are ready and willing. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's exciting though. I'm excited for you. I'm glad that things are starting to take off
um, I'm
a
talking
little
to a
bit.
lot of people.
Yeah.
The two that well, actually, what we've got Candace that we're vetting, we've got
Mhm.
Alexis that we're vetting, and then who
Yeah.
else? Is there somebody else?
Is it Amanda? Um,
I don't know. There's somebody else, but we're kind
yeah,
of like vetting and working up. They're close, right?
they
And
are close. They've got some
but
stuff
they're
to take
yeah.
care of, and then we'll be good. It's so like it's so easy, and this is what we're talking about today. So I'll start. Welcome back to the Real Estate Roast, everybody, where we toast the myths, roast the stress, and spill the tea one sip at a time. I'm Ashley, your favorite mortgage loan officer and mom of three little wildlings.
And I'm Mercedes, your assistant realtor with the GPS lock. Well, not assistant, but your realtor with the GPS locked on, finding your perfect home and the best snacks along the way. Today's episode, buckle up because we're exposing a truth combo. Buying a home might be easier than you think.
Absolutely. There's a lot of false narrative out there. So many people I talk to, they think they have to have perfect credit, a massive down payment, and zero debt to even think about buying a house.
And let's just say the HGTV is lying to you. These
Yeah.
couples with a $40,000 budget and a $900,000 wish list, let's just say that's not the whole story, but the biggest myth that it's hard to buy a home, it's not.
No, I think we get really wrapped up in all the details. I think it
Yeah.
does. You do need to get into the details, and that's what can get you like stuck. But most people don't know that you can buy a home with as little as 3% down or even zero if you qualify for a VA or USDA loans, and we have lots of down payment assistance programs.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like it's the professional's job to worry about all of the little details. People get
Yeah.
so caught up on other stuff or hear other people's stories and just base their experience on other people's experience. And honestly, real estate doesn't work like that. And if you're renting and you're paying $1,800 a month, then you're already paying a mortgage. It's just not yours. So
Absolutely. I think people are also they're worried about prices and interest rates right now, but like we've got ways to work around some of that, especially with like especially in Middle Tennessee, we're looking at a buyer's market and sellers are willing to work with you. So,
most yeah, sorry.
no, you go ahead. I mean,
No,
we're good.
I was just kind of piggyback on you and agreeing. Like, yeah, actually, most or everywhere around the country is a buyer's market, and I say that
Mhm.
because I have people in different states on my page. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a buyer's market in most everywhere.
Yeah, so let's break it down a little bit. If you're a first-time home buyer in Tennessee, let's say Middle Tennessee, here's what you actually need. A credit score as low as 580 to qualify for some programs. Do we have one that you can qualify with a 500? Yes, but you're also going to need 10% down at that point. We do have down payment assistance and it is real and it is available. We have one that's forgivable if you pay on, I think it's three years consistently without a late payment. We can we can get that forgivable. And then we also have a regular one that goes through the length of your loan or the what is age of your loan? That is a
Life,
word.
the life.
Life. There we go. Life of your loan. So it breaks it down into even smaller payments. It is an extra payment and it does go against your DTI, but you're not having to pay all of that money up front. It's just added into your mortgage payment. You don't need to pay 20% down. Seriously, who is telling people that? Like, yes, there are very little like things where we might need to offset DTI, so we need to put more percent down. But the 20% thing, I think it's the people who are like, you don't want to pay mortgage insurance. Sure. If you don't want to pay mortgage insurance, 20% down, yeah, let's work with that. And you can get pre-approved in like a day. But I'm not joking about that. But I will say it is as fast as you want it to go. So I need you to have your documents ready. And if you have your documents ready and you've got all your ducks in a row, we can do that pretty quickly.
Yeah, and PMI, there's nothing wrong with paying mortgage insurance. Honestly, a lot of people do it. It's a normal thing.
I do
So
it.
don't, yeah, so don't think like you have to put the 20% down because you have to avoid the PMI. That is, I mean, your average Joe is paying PMI. I mean,
Yeah.
and even some people who you would think is not paying it is paying it. So
Yeah.
and once you're pre-approved, I can get you shopping faster than a mom in a Target clearance aisle. You're not waiting for 6 months. You're looking at homes next weekend. And even sometimes I set you up on a system, an automatic system with my multiple listing service, which is what most realtors use in your market in the Middle Tennessee. It's what most realtors use, even before you're pre-approved. And I mean, it's not going to be as specific, but it's at least going to give you an idea of what the market is like, because an educated buyer on the market is a powerful buyer. And then
Amen.
once we get the pre-approval, I can then put it on exactly what you need to,
Be looking
pay
at.
as far as payment wise. Like if you're pre-approved for 300,000, I'll make sure it's at 300,000. But to be honest, I'm probably going to start you less than 300,000.
Yeah.
But it's because I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. But
Absolutely.
it's just important that you know what the market is anyway.
Yeah. So let's roast some of those top excuses we hear.
All right. But I have student loans.
Okay, join the club. We all do. You can still qualify. I need to pay off all of my debt first.
Not true. In fact, sometimes it's better not to. Let's talk strategy, not assumptions. I
Absolutely.
just don't make enough money.
Well, you might be surprised. We look at income differently than you think, and co-buying is an option as well.
Hmm.
Let's talk about Sally. She has a credit score of 620, 2 kids, single income, and boom, in her home within 45 days. She didn't think she could qualify, and now she's sending me backyard barbecue selfies.
And one and one of mine, a first time home buyer, terrified of the whole process. I get it. Once we walked
Yeah,
through it, she said, "Wait, that's it?" And I was like, "Y'all, we love hearing that."
absolutely. If you've been sitting on the fence, this is your sign. Buying a home isn't just possible, it's totally doable. All it takes is the right team.
Yep. Reach out, let us look at your numbers, talk through your fears, and give you a plan. No pressure, no judgment, just real talk.
Let's turn maybe someday into we closed last week.
Thanks for tuning in to the Real Estate Roast. Follow, share, and send the episode to your friends who's still saying, I don't think I'm ready.
We're here when you are, and trust us, it's easier than you think.
For sure. Have a good
All right.
day.